boys, I got a plan, right? We need to start charging everybody $8 a month to watch the podcast, and then let's buy Liverpool.
Yeah.
$8 a month? $8 a month? No. $8 an episode.
This is Red Card Radio. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you're listening from. Thanks for tuning in. Red Card Radio is a weekly look at the Premier League from three friends who support different clubs. My name is James. I support Arsenal. That's Brad. He supports Chelsea. Down below, that guy is supporting antibiotics in Tottenham, trying to stay alive down there. How's everyone doing? I mean, other than trying to, your lungs trying to cut on a new Sean.
Yeah, that's all right.
How are you, Brad?
I think Sean and I are both miserable.
Well,
but it's okay. We'll get into it.
I don't recommend pneumonia to anybody.
I had a great weekend. I don't know about you guys. It was a really nice weekend. I mean, other than some twinkle toes, Kevin De Bruyne falls in the box, but we'll get into that. But if you are new here, first time listening, we would love for you guys to smash that subscribe button, ring the sub notification bell if you are on YouTube. If you're on one of our podcast sites, hit us with a follow. If you can, leave a 5-star review. Those things really help us. And drop a comment down below what you like, what you dislike. Definitely like this bruised banana Arsenal kit. It's definitely super fresh. Check it out if you're not on YouTube. Just pull up the YouTube video because it's super fresh. Yeah, and we love to hear from you. Follow us on Twitter, all those things that YouTubers ask you to do. All those things really help. And you wouldn't want to be mildly inconvenienced by getting pneumonia. Right? Not fun. Not fun. All right, let's dig into it. I did not mess up this week. I do have the league table pulled up and primed for everyone's viewing pleasure. And as everyone can see, if you're on YouTube, still in first position, we've got Arsenal. They are on 34 points. Manchester City are in second on 32 points, up to third position. Newcastle United, they just keep cruising. They're on 27 points. They have played one more game than City and Arsenal, though, considering City and Arsenal's game in hand is against each other. But, Spurs are in fourth. In fifth is United. Up to sixth is Brighton and Hove. And down in seventh is Chelsea. Liverpool are up to 8th. Fulham are in 9th. And rounding out the top 10 is Crystal Palace on 19 points. Starting the second half of the table, we've got Brentford, Leeds, Aston Villa. In 14th, Leicester City. They are up to 14th on 14 points. West Ham United are in 15th. Everton are in 16th. And Bournemouth are just outside the relegation zone in 17th. 18th position is Southampton on 12 points. Wolves are in 19th on 10 points. And Forest are in 20th. Also on 10 points. Now, Forest have an abysmal goal difference. They are negative 20, and Wolves are not so great either on negative 14. So that's how the lower half of the table shakes out. And to give some context behind that, we'll pull up the, that's the wrong screen. This is the right screen. Context behind it. Let's look at the matches that were played this weekend. So kicking off Saturday morning, Leeds and Bournemouth. That's a game ends in a 7-goal thriller. It's 4-3 for Leeds. Late goals helped Leeds secure all 3 points. That's 2 wins in a row for Jesse Marsch. And they are looking good. They're looking good right now. City and Fulham. That game ends 2-1 for City. They get a 90-something minute penalty, which Erling Haaland scores, of course. Dumb. Forest and Brentford, that game ends 2-2. Wolves and Brighton win 3-2. Everton, Leicester get the 2-0 victory. Now we did get some commentary in our comments from that we'll have to bring up. In the big one of the weekend, the London derby, Chelsea, Arsenal at Stamford Bridge. Now, context. Brad predicted 2-1 to Chelsea. Sean predicted 2-1 to Chelsea. James predicted 2-1 for Arsenal. That game ends 1-0 to the Arsenal. So I'm most correct because I picked the right team to win. Villa United, Aston Villa win 3-1. Southampton at Newcastle. Newcastle win 4-1. West Ham, Palace win 2-1. And Spurs, Liverpool in the also big, but not quite as big as the other one that I just talked about. Liverpool win 2-1. Now, also some context on those games. Arsenal and Liverpool are the first two Big Six sides this year to win away against another Big Six side. So that's just some context for you guys. Big points. Big points. Where do you guys want to start? Which game should we kick off with?
I mean, let's get into that Chelsea Arsenal.
So
I think both should be there. I think it is a fair result based on how the game was played. You guys probably could have bagged another one, and I wouldn't have, and it probably would have shown. But yeah, I don't know. But like, all of Chelsea is yelling that we're not scoring goals under Graham. But 4 of the 12 games he's played, so a third of the games we've scored 1 goal or less. So in 8 games out of 12, we have scored at least 2 goals.
Okay.
I don't know. I think it's a tiredness. B, you guys smothered us. Like I don't know what it was, but our midfield was severely lacking. Our defense is tired and old, and like we're missing so much from our defense.
Do you think it had anything to do with what Oba said before the game?
What?
the BT Sports promo, the Arsenal, it's nothing personal, but I'm back. I'm blue. I'm ready.
Oh yeah.
Well,
that was that was the first thing printed out. Arteta said, "Oh, is he back? He's in blue and he's back." Yeah.
Okay, I will say that's such a silly talking point, because these companies just come to these guys and they're like, "Oh, this is what we want." It's not something Oba came up with. I feel sad for Oba, slightly. I feel slightly bad for Oba because he looked like a sad guy, and I like Oba, but he looked like a sad man after that game.
So do I. But it felt like we got some things wrong. It felt like Loftus-Cheek in the middle. We probably should have done like a 3-4-3, and taken off Havertz.
Havertz was your best player though.
From the beginning, if you're looking at the squad, Havertz and Alba I would have taken off, and I would have put Broja up top. I get why you start Alba because Alba was on a mission, but Loftus-Cheek and Jorginho pivot just ew. I'd much rather have Kova and put Loftus-Cheek on the right. So the back three of Silva, of Aspie, Silva, Chaloba, Cuckoo on the left wing back, Loftus-Cheek on the right wing back, Jorginho and Kovacic in the middle, and then whatever combination of the 4 guys up front that you want to do, pick 3 of Sterling, Havertz, Mount, Oba. And I think that's better.
Probably, but I still don't think it's beating this Arsenal team.
Well, I disagree. But Kova's also not fully healthy, so like his minutes and everything is being super managed. Or Gallagher should have I don't think Loftus-Cheek in the middle was the right play. I think Gallagher gives us so much more than Loftus-Cheek does.
I think.
Does that change the world? No, but does it give us probably a couple more chances? Yes.
I think you could make all those changes, and it doesn't change the results of this match. The goal we scored was ugly, but we dominated the stuffing out of Chelsea for 90 minutes.
It wasn't a very good game.
You guys had a few attacks. One from Havertz, I think, early in the first half, that looked dangerous. The second one, you guys had a few attacks that were dangerous, but I think you might have had 3 total shots on goal or something like that, and none in the second half or something like that. I don't know. We smothered you. Gabriel Saliba in the back is a formidable center back pairing. Zinchenko coming in and overloading the midfield for you guys. There was a lot of talk in Arsenal circles before the game that how do we want to attack Chelsea? Should you play Tierney and play overlapping on the left so that you could have Martinelli and Tierney attacking Azpilicueta, which seemed like a weak spot for you guys? It would have been Tierney, Martinelli, and Xhaka shifts over there a lot. So it would have been a lot of pressure on Azpilicueta. Arteta went with Zinchenko in the midfield because Zinchenko inverts into the midfield and plays, and so they overloaded the midfield, and you just couldn't if you shut Partey down, Zinchenko's going to carry the ball forward. If you shut Zinchenko down, Partey's going to carry the ball forward. There's just nothing you can do.
Right. There was a mismatch there because you guys were really running like a 3-4-3
Yeah.
with the ball. Right. That's why I'm saying like we needed to change our formation to match that.
It's almost like a 2 when we have the ball. It's almost like Ben White also pushes up, and so it's almost just like Gabriel and Saliba in the back, 3 in the midfield with Zinchenko, Partey, and White, and then just like 5 in front of them. It's
right. So
because Xhaka has so much license to get forward, and Odegaard kind of falls back a little bit, and plays interchange through the midfield. But honestly, I don't think you can make any of the changes that you're talking about and win the match. We had a lot more opportunities than you. We controlled the ball. We smothered you guys when you had the ball. And so I will say this, and you might take umbrage with it, but I think it's just one team is obviously superior to the other in this moment, and it just came out on the field, and that's
I
what
don't
happened.
disagree, because that's what okay, making those changes, but if those changes included Fofana, Reece James, Chilwell, Conte, Kovacic playing the whole game,
Hey, Brad.
don't think,
Hey, Brad. You ever get
everybody
tired
deals
of
with injuries.
you ever get tired of complaining about injuries?
Look, everybody gets
Like
injuries.
it's every season.
It
What do
does
you
seem
mean it's every season?
It does seem
Reece,
like
Reece got injured last season.
Chilwell.
Conte got injured.
Reece and
Chilwell.
Chilwell and Conte, all 3 got injured last year.
Yeah. Like it's the same people every season, and then you want to tell me Conte is the best midfielder in the world? Like he is. Okay, for the 7 minutes he plays a season.
That's not a statement. That's not an off the cuff statement. He is.
Okay, he's really great for the 7 minutes he plays a season. Congratulations. And then he's injured for the rest of the 37 games.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm not sure that's even.
Sean's trying to choose violence, but we haven't gotten to Liverpool yet.
It's facts. It's facts.
Like, I think our best 11 is still better than Arsenal's best 11. In this moment, Arsenal are the better team.
I don't understand how you say that, but I understand you're biased. You're like, you have a strong bias towards Chelsea, but I don't understand how you think that objectively. Personally, I don't, and I know that you're not objective, and I'm not objective about it either. So, friends of the podcast, we have to let Sean settle this. Who has a better first 11, Chelsea or Arsenal? Fully fit. Everybody's fit.
Everybody's fit?
Everybody's fit.
Chelsea.
Okay, I disagree, but you also hate Arsenal. So.
Sean also highly underrates Arsenal.
No,
he said that Saka was a bum last week, so.
Well, you give me a Conte that's going to play 90 minutes, I'll take that. I don't
think that the gulf and difference between Conte that plays 90 minutes and Partey that plays 90 minutes is that great. I don't think that.
Boy, do we have to go back?
Sure. Run the tapes from 2 years ago when I said it, and it was false then. Wow. But I think it's
still
more
false
true
now.
I don't think so.
Fully healthy Conte runs circles around Partey.
I'd be curious the last time
Literally.
I'd be curious the last time Conte played more than 19 games for Chelsea in a season, league games.
So
we won.
Sound off in the comments. Let us know. Do you think Arsenal has a better first 11 or Chelsea fully fit? I would like to hear that. We did have some responses last week. We actually had one response. Tamzid agrees with me that Arsenal's is better than Liverpool. So shout out Tamzid. What's up, man? Appreciate you. I guess at this point we kind of have to shift gears and talk about the other Big Six match, which saw Spurs hosting Liverpool at the new White Hart Lane. Give it to us, Sean. What's up?
You're watching the game. We were the better team, even with Perisic at the top. I felt like we controlled the game. I felt like we had plenty of chances. I mean, XG says we did. I'm not an XG person. XG said we should have scored more goals fractionally. I just that was the feel of the game. It felt like that game shouldn't have ended 1-2, but then you get Dyer sometimes. Dyer just inexplicably heads it back for no reason straight to Salah, and both of those Salah goals are just ones where Salah's going to score both of those goals 1,000 out of 1,000 times if you give it to him. He's that good, and you cannot make it that easy for him.
Yeah.
He's going to bury both of them, and that is what it is. You have to stop him from doing that, and we didn't. However, I am tired of playing the refs and another team every week we play, and I know it's because Conte is knee deep into the fourth ref's ear every game. I'm pretty sure he's been booked 4 times, 2 red cards and 2 yellows
Probably.
on the season. It's a red card and 2 yellows in the. He got a yellow against Liverpool. I'm pretty sure. And there was another one. I'm almost certain he got a red in the Chelsea game, and he got a red in the Champions League, and had to miss the game in Marseille. Like, it's because he's knee deep in the fourth official every game, and we're never going to get calls like that. So when Trent Alexander-Arnold, 2 foot WWE sticks his feet up and shoves Sessegnon 13 rows into the stands, which that foul, I was exaggerating a little bit. That was a lean into shove with his entire arm to the ground to prevent him from getting to the ball, which it did. That was worse than the straight red for Cancelo.
Well, that was the point.
Before.
That was the point I was going to bring up. Is that so? We had a very similar situation in the City game where Cancelo, as the last defender, barges into the Fulham player shoulder to back. So it's not shoulder to shoulder; it's shoulder to back. He's behind him. He fouls him. He gets sent off as a last defender. No attempt on the ball. Red card, penalty. Fulham score it, tie the game. City are down to 10 men. And then you look at the replay, or like the situation in the Liverpool match of Trent against Sessegnon, and you're kind of like, why was this a red card yesterday and a nothing today? Like, how are these so different? And you could make an argument, perhaps, that maybe the Cancelo one wasn't a red card. So it's a foul. I mean, it looks like a foul to me. It looks like a foul.
It's a penalty for each one of them.
I didn't see the Cancelo, but last defender isn't everything, right? It's also chance to score, like denying a goal scoring opportunity.
But the second thing he said is the most important one: shoulder into the back with no intent to play the ball.
I'm with you. I think it was a foul.
That's what changes it. I think it was
a foul. I'm with you.
Last defense. That's what changes it from a yellow card to a red card. So if you attempt to play the ball, it's a yellow card. If you have no intent to play the ball, it's a red card. If you're denying a clear goal scoring opportunity, and you're the last defender.
Right. Well,
that's the difference.
And I don't know if the Cancelo one was a clear goal scoring opportunity compared to the Sessegnon one. I don't know. I missed
kind of off the goal a little bit. He's not directly onto the goal. He's wide of the goal, which is different than the Cancelo one, which is different.
Correct.
But is it still a foul?
Yes, I said that. I said yes, it is a foul. I don't know if it's a red card or not. It depends on like how is it a clear and obvious goal scoring opportunity, right?
Yeah.
Compared to the Cancelo one, which was in the middle of the field, like breaking away, running towards the goal, not to the side.
No, it wasn't in the middle of the field. It was in the penalty box. That's why it was. That was a penalty shot.
Oh, okay. Sorry,
it's fine.
Again, I was watching. Whatchamacallit, I had Goal Zone on, and it was bouncing to the Bournemouth to the Leeds game every other minute for another goal.
What day was that?
That was Saturday.
There was all on the Saturday. Like the first 4 games were what? We had 20 goals, almost 5.
Oh yeah,
nothing.
Yeah, I got set up with
15, 19 goals in the first 4 games. It was wow.
Go for it, Sean.
There's another call in extra time. I guess it was a Spurs corner where Lucas clearly got kicked in the head, but that would have had to go to VAR. I'm not going to put that on the ref in a scrum when ball's coming in from the corner to be able to see something like that. I wouldn't expect a ref to see that live. It would have had to go to VAR for him to slow that down and see it. And then that's nitpicking. That probably could have been a penalty as well, but I'm not going to. The Trent one is egregious.
It's head scratching. It's head scratching. Now, Conte had some interesting comments after the match in his press conference about how there's no guarantee that he's going to bring trophies, and that Spurs fans need to understand their expectations, and that at the end of the season, he's going to reassess his position.
That's because at halftime,
essentially is what he said.
Yeah, at halftime, the fans were booing everything about Tottenham.
So how, as a Spurs fan, as a Conte supporting Spurs fan, how do you take that, Sean?
Take that as a salty manager who just got booed. I don't know how else you don't read too much into it. He's been telling the fans that from the beginning. Be patient.
I think he wants to dance with his lady again.
I don't think that unless Max Allegri agrees to leave Juve for nothing, like not take a severance package and not get paid out what his contract. Unless Max Allegri quits, I don't think that Juve are getting rid of Max Allegri.
I don't think during the year. I think in the summer.
Even still, I'm not sure Max Allegri is. I don't know if Juve can afford to get rid of him. Okay, because I think that there does seem to be a bit of a groundswell in certain Tottenham corners that are maybe supposing that Conte's not the man for the job. Do you think that's foolish?
We just won our Champions League group and we're in 4th, and we got one more game until a break and a congested fixture.
Well, you were also 4th when you got rid of your last manager, if I'm not mistaken.
This time last year we were 10th when he took over and finished.
Oh, we were right. Sorry, yeah, but the head started like they wanted him out when you guys were still like top 4, clearly.
We talking about Nuno?
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. So I don't know.
Winning.
Yeah, winning will clear all those ills. And you guys have who coming up this weekend? Leeds. That's a winnable game. Hopefully you can get a win going into the World Cup break, and it is what it is.
Well.
Hopefully, we'll see, or maybe not. Hopefully, depends on if you want Spurs to do well or not. We do have to touch a little bit on this Villa United match. So, is Unai Emery the bane of Manchester United's existence? Like, he just beats them every chance he gets.
He has to. I think so. Like, he's just got the sauce.
I got to watching that game, and I know we've beat the VAR drum. I don't know. Did you guys watch the entire game?
No.
There was, first of all, I don't think United, even with the opening kickoff, I don't think United had an actual offensive possession, pass it around the back, get the offense set up, like, all right, here we go, start attacking. I don't think they had one of those until about, 15, 17 minutes into the game. That's how it went through and in that time they were down 2-0.
Yeah.
So around the 25th minute, there was a moment where Lisandro Martinez is shielding the ball, just like center backs do, letting it roll off the goal line, and he clearly gets it. And as the last move, often happens, he goes and throws a big shove into the player, and gets him off and throws his hip into him. Every center back does it. And then, just for good measure, also throws another elbow straight into the gut. VAR checks this and says, "Nah, nothing extra." What are you looking at?
Yeah.
He clearly, if the extra shove wasn't enough, the elbow was clearly enough to give him something.
It's
like, that's violent conduct.
The fact
it was close enough for straight red. It was that violent.
You can't be throwing elbows at people. Like,
on purpose.
Can't be doing it.
Like, that was not a header. That was not a jump ball. That was not an accidental raise my arms. That was a forceful, get the fuck out of here.
It was frustration. It was anger.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was, I'm getting beat, and you shouldn't be allowed to beat me, and I'm going to throw an elbow. Yeah, it's not a good look for him.
It was just ridiculous that VAR looked at that and decided it was nothing.
Right?
That's ridiculous.
Do we? I know Ten Hag came out after the game and said that he got the tactics entirely wrong. he said something like maybe like the tactics were stupid or something like that. Ten Hag didn't. The one thing I will say about Ten Hag is he is willing to come out and be like, "Yo, we sucked.
We messed up.
We sucked,
Yeah.
and these are the reasons why we sucked." So they who do they have coming up this weekend to get it right? United play Fulham. Maybe Mitro's going to Mitro them. I don't know. Quickly touching on, we didn't mention this about Liverpool. I meant to mention it before we moved on to United, but and we'll have more on this in our news episode tomorrow. But Liverpool FSG, Fenway Sports Group, the current ownership group of Liverpool Football Club, announced Monday that they were seeking bids to buy Liverpool. That they weren't necessarily like trying to sell the club, but they'd be interested in bids and hearing it out, and that they're willing to sell the club. So
sales presentations were made available to anybody that wants to make a bid.
Yep.
So again, guys, get ready for that paywall because we're buying Liverpool FC for the memes.
Yeah, let's do it. We haven't run this by the CFO yet.
That's true.
We should probably talk to her and crunch the numbers.
Yes, definitely.
But I think we got
I got a budget specialist we can use too.
I think we have a shot.
It's a really good week of football though. Minus the Chelsea Arsenal game, this was 37 goals. You averaged just under 4 goals a game over 10 games. That's awesome. Like, it was a good week of football.
So regarding the football, we did, of course, I did mention that we had a comment about this Everton Leicester match. Will hit us up in the comments, and he's, this is what he had to say about the Everton Leicester match. He said Leicester Everton was actually a pretty entertaining match. Two well-matched teams playing optimistically and going for the win. I haven't seen much of either of these teams play this year, and they are both played better than I was expecting. 2-0 is a little harsh to Everton, but Leicester were deserving winners, and Tielemans easily takes goal of the week. Did you guys see this Tielemans goal?
No, I missed it.
Bro.
I didn't miss that one.
Is
it like one of his specialist goals from like way outside the box, upper 90?
Just crushes it. Just absolutely crushes it.
I'm not saying okay, but I'm saying I probably know the goal because he scores that goal a lot.
Yeah, exactly. If
he's sounds like Will was saying that game is entirely more entertaining than a mid-table Serie A game.
Ooh.
Dang.
Sounds like what he said.
Speaking of a mid-table Serie A game, there was one of those this weekend. It saw Inter playing Juventus. to mid-table teams. I assume neither one of you guys caught that game. I did catch the tail end of it in the Derby d'Italia.
I don't got Telemundo or whatever that's on.
All right, that's where we're gonna end it. Quickly, just to catch everybody up, we forgot to mention this last week, but the League Cup in England, the Carabao Cup, is kicking off for the rest of the Premier League teams that hadn't been involved earlier. As of recording today, Tuesday, the 11th of November, Brentford are out. They lost to Gillingham today on penalties.
It's the 8th.
I said that. The 8th.
You said the 11th of November.
Oh, it was the 8th of November. That's what I meant to say. Whatever. You guys are going to get this on the 9th of November. I'm talking to you from the future. Numbers are hard, okay? Anyway, Brentford lost today. They're out. But we still have coming up. We have Forest and Tottenham are playing. Arsenal and Brighton and City and Chelsea are playing against each other. Those are the games that we highlighted. And I will give you guys one guess for why those are the 3 matches that the 3 of us decided to put down on our rundown. Because they involve our teams. Other, if you guys care about the Carabao Cup, you can check it out. It's the EFL Cup, the Carabao Cup, the League Cup, however you want to call it. It's Googleable.
2 of these were the spiciest matches coming up on the day you're listening to this.
Yeah.
The Arsenal, Brighton, and City, Chelsea were the 2 spiciest matches for the League Cup.
Now, you won't be able to watch Arsenal in America because for some reason ESPN decided that they're not going to have that stream. But pretty sure you can check all the other matches.
Dang.
Yeah.
Hey Joe,
we're not
hit my boy up with a VPN so he can watch Brighton beat Arsenal.
It's not being broadcast in the UK either.
Oh.
Like Arsenal Twitter is in an uproar.
Wow.
But enough of my misery. If you guys are still listening, still new here, haven't hit that subscribe button, we would love for you guys to hit that subscribe button. We've got content coming at you all for the rest of the week. We've got news coming out tomorrow, and then a preview of the final match before the World Cup break coming out on Friday. And then you'll want to stay subscribed to this podcast because we've got World Cup coverage coming for you guys starting next week. So you don't want to miss that stuff. Subscribe, sub notification bell. Follow us if you're on the podcast sites. 5-star if you're on this podcast site. Leave us a comment below. Tell us what you guys watched, what you're looking forward to, any kind of news stuff that think is interesting, all that stuff. We'd love to hear from you guys. We've had a lot of really awesome comments recently, and we really appreciate it. We can't get to all of them all the time, but we do love hearing from you guys. It makes us excited to do what we do. For the community that we're fostering. Hit us up on the Discord. That's in the description below. We'd love for you guys to join our community there. As always, you can hit us up on Twitter. That's at KSBradG. Down below, that's at Whiteheart_Sean. I am at James Tiffany. We are collectively at RedCard_Radio. Check back tomorrow for the news and then Friday for a preview. But until then, have a good one, and we will see you guys soon.